You're tuning in to a Goldylocks Productions presentation of the KimLoveMuse Psychic Medium Show. Kamilla, aka KimLoveMuse, has been called one of this country's most highly esteemed and respected mediums, but quickly earned her reputation as Hollywood's secret psychic. Although Kim would never read and tell, her clients do, giving her credit for her accurate and detailed guidance. Kim has been featured in several magazines such as People, Women's Own, Clio magazine, and the film My Date with Drew, and has appeared as a reoccurring guest on Hot 92.3 and Latino 96.3. Kim has now begun to speak in front of small groups to assist in the illumination of the world changes we are in the midst of enduring. Call it now to reserve your spot on the switchboard. The call-in number is 713-955-0594. Be sure to press 1 to get into the host queue so that you may speak with KimLoveMuse. Enjoy this healing and soul-expanding show.
Hi, sorry, I'm trying to set everything up. Hi, everyone. I did not realize we were on the air. So welcome to the show. I just want to get a few things out of the way. If anyone would like to be a guest, I would love to have you on. Whether you're an astrologer, a psychic, or you have a message, any healers, just email me, okay? And today, I know you're all probably going to call in for questions. And I think what I'll do is, I want to set the show up a little differently today. I feel like I want to do questions at the end of the show, and this is why. So I just got back from New York. It was a really good trip, and I did a workshop called Psychic Design, which I'll talk about in a little bit. The real issue that I want to talk about right now for everyone is this full moon that just passed, how intense it was, and still is kind of rolling off energy-wise, and what people are doing about it, because I'm getting a lot of calls and a lot of texts from clients where people are they're more panicking. They're not really in their creative mode. So I really want to work with people and help people get into their creative mode and not be afraid. I know it's really easy to be afraid, especially now. So I really want to work with people in transmuting their fear into empowering themselves, and them, or you, all of you, learning how to empower yourselves. I also would like to hear how some of you are doing that, or if you're doing that, or what fears are actually blocking you from having the lifestyle that you want, having the life that you want. Right now, the sun is in Cancer, which means it's all about security, stability, financial stability. Cancer is more about feeling safe because it's a shell. This past full moon, and today the moon's in Pisces, so it's very emotional. It's a little bit all over the place. It's really best to go swimming or just meditate today, or make a great dinner for someone. Just whatever you can do to feel at ease. The full moon in Capricorn, so let's talk about that. This past weekend was really tough. I know I felt it for sure. Capricorn rules structure, and Capricorn is not easy. It's not a fun sign. It's usually more of the dean of the school. It's more of it rewards you later on. And right now it's in Sagittarius. It will be moving into Capricorn on December 20th. So what's happening energy-wise is we came off the first part of the year in all the craziness that went on, all the confusion, all the eclipses, in learning how to recalibrate ourselves. And what I mean by that is rewire and rethink exactly what we want in our lives. and it requires a lot of downtime and thinking about this. I know there's 6 callers waiting. I just want to talk about this a little bit longer, so bear with me. This is about retrofitting your life now. And what I mean by retrofitting is digging down deep into your foundation and seeing where it needs to be reworked, meaning what are the beliefs that you're going on right now? Because guaranteed, I know for me, if I believed everything in my life, I would be nowhere because the beliefs that I had about myself were not good. So you really have to look at what's blocking you and where your beliefs are getting in the way. And I'll try to work with you today on clearing those or seeing what they are for you. So I hope this makes some sense. I'll go back into it in a minute. But I'm going to take the first caller, which is 201. So 201, you're on the air. I'm sorry for the dead air time too. You know, it's
hi,
taking me
it's
a
okay.
minute to
I'm
get
Jennifer. Yeah, hi, I'm Jennifer. I'm from New Jersey calling.
Yes, Jennifer, hi.
I wondered if you had any messages from Spirit, like do you do that, like mediumship readings and stuff, or 'cause I never called before.
Yeah, I do mediumship. I'm not going to do it today on air because it's not really the topic. But I do. I just did a session yesterday with a woman that her brother passed on, and so it's like a phone call, and it's honestly it's not appropriate on the air because it goes deep.
Okay.
It'll take up a lot of time.
Right.
Do you want to talk about any blocks in your life? That's what the topic of the show is: your beliefs and your blocks. But
I probably got those. I have all these health problems coming. Lately, I've been very dizzy, and they want to send for all these crazy tests and stuff, and I'm nervous about it. And then I'm like, maybe it's not like a real health thing. It's like
okay. Hold on. Take a breath. Take a breath. Breathe in.
I'm trying to.
Breathe in. Just take a breath. I don't hear you breathing. I want to hear it.
I just breathe.
Okay, so breathe deep for a minute, and then now settle in to your body for a minute, and tell me one thing at a time. Just tell me one thing. What do you feel blocked with?
Lots of negative people around me. I feel like when I go out, I pick up all these energies from people. I'm very sensitive, and then like it stays with me, and I don't know how to get rid of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I can go.
I do. Yeah, that's a great question.
And I'm like, like I need something put around me.
Well,
to go to the chakra.
Well, let me ask you something. Did you feel protected as a child?
No.
Well, there you go. So let's go into that belief for a minute.
Okay.
Just close your eyes for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And at what age, and I know it's uncomfortable to be in your body, I can feel it, but just try to settle in because I think it'll help you.
Okay.
At what age did you feel unprotected in your life? Just give me one age. Is it 6?
Probably 7.
Okay. So I got around 6 or 7. Okay. So hold on, let me just see. So who moved around a lot? Your mother? Were you moving a lot as a child?
No, not my mom. No, it was.
Say it again?
No, I lived in the same area.
Did your mom move around, or was your dad in and out? There's like movement.
No, more so my father was. Yeah.
So your father, did he leave?
Like
or
I
he was
saw
in
him,
and out?
but he was. Yeah. What you're saying.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So at 6 or 7, you had a belief that you weren't safe.
Right.
Do you see that thread in your life now?
Because
here's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, in not feeling safe. What's happening is you're being hard on yourself. And when you're hard on yourself and you're telling yourself different things, just on a judgment level, that you're not good enough, that you're never going to be anything, whatever it is you're telling yourself, you get your body sick. So you really want to start talking to your body and talking to yourself
Okay, because
And
this dizziness thing just got going a couple months ago, and I get migraine headaches, and we didn't know if it was that or some other thing cooking because I have autoimmune, and so it's like now I'm going to be dizzy. I don't need this. I didn't want to have me get all these tests.
Well, this is what I'm talking about as far as retrofitting your life, and sort of digging into where the old beliefs are and putting new beliefs in their place. You have to do this with Saturn, especially moving into Capricorn. It's a new structure. It's a whole reset on your life. You can shift this right now.
Okay.
But you have to look at your wording, what you're telling yourself. Really I would say, because I have to take the next caller in a few minutes, but
sure.
I would say, why don't you start, just keep it simple right now and start with simple things on telling yourself how great you are. Even if it feels like a lie, even if it feels, oh, you know what, someone just hung up, I guess they got impatient. People are a little bit impatient right now, and
I'm not. I'm okay.
No, yeah, it's okay. So I would say start telling yourself nice things and see how that works for you, and then we'll talk on another show. Just start there.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you for calling.
Thank you. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye. Next caller, 805. Hi, you're on the air. How can I help you, or can you tell me?
Hi.
Actually, I'm interested in how you're blocked. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, this is Donna. How are you?
Donna, good. Thank you. I'm good. I'm good after this phone. It was a little tough.
Yeah, I don't seem to meet anybody. And, I've been single now for 8 years. I was in a relationship, but that ended. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, which is kind of the topic of the day. Where do you feel blocked in your life? Is it love?
It's love and money. Love and money, both areas.
Love and money. If you could use one sentence in how you're blocked in love, what would it be?
I'm not meeting anyone. I try to meet someone and I don't. So.
Okay, so hang on. Are you willing to meet someone, or are you sort of like you want them to magically appear, but you're not really ready unless it's the perfect person that walks in?
No, I think I'm ready. I've been ready for a long time. I think I'd make a great partner.
And what are you doing to work on it? What are you doing as far as what?
I was on a dating site, eHarmony and Match.com.
Mhm. What happened in you don't have to go into detail, but what happened in your last relationship, or what's the theme been in your relationship?
He was drinking, and there wasn't much communication.
Did you grow up with anybody who's an alcoholic?
Excuse me?
Did you grow up with anyone who was an alcoholic in the family?
Yeah, my mom.
Mhm. Did you clear that energy? We really have to talk about energy, people. This is great that you're calling in. We really have to talk about energy. Everything is energy in life. Everything is energetic. If you don't clear these energy patterns that have been created over your lifetime, you will not change your life. You will keep fighting yourself and kind of banging your head against the wall. You have to get down to the bottom of clearing this belief. And there's something you may very well, I believe you, that you want to meet someone. 8 years is a long time to be alone. But there's something obviously that is really blocking you and not moving forward. Now, I can't imagine. You make a great partner, like you said, but you've not had great partners because you've gotten into only what you know, which is more of the alcoholic stuff, and which is more in your DNA. A lot of stuff sort of becomes cellular. Like sometimes you have to do acupuncture, do body work, because it becomes a memory in our body. We take it on that deep sometimes because the trauma is so deep. So if you're just wishing to meet someone and you're online and and here's the thing, this is what I want you to be conscious of. Every day you are probably saying, and if I'm wrong, correct me, please. But every day you might be saying, I'm not meeting anyone. And then you go out to dinner with your friends and you say, I'm not meeting anyone. And then you talk to your friends on the phone and you say, but I'm not meeting anyone. But I'm on all these dating sites and I'm not meeting anyone. So you're going against the grain. Really need to shift it and saying, I'm so grateful that I met someone who's amazing. I can't wait.
Okay.
That amazing person is coming in and I'm so ready and I'm so grateful. You really have to sort of turn the soil in your life. You can't really have the cement and expect for, flowers to grow out of the cement. I mean, it could, but, Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Do you see that now? Because I want people to see. I don't want to just preach. I want people to see it so that they energetically get it, so that they understand how to shift it. Because the more people that shift in the world, the better off we will be. And people really need to start shifting. They really need to do the work. It's great to talk to a psychic. It's great to get the information. It's great to have the answers. I'll probably be out of a job. Not really, but I'm kidding. I will. I know I won't. But I want people to be empowered to do the work, to see where they need to change their lives. You have to look at where you need to change your life so that you're not walking around helpless saying, I'm not meeting anybody, because that's becoming your reality. You could be on 20 different sites right now, but if you're saying every single day, I'm not meeting anyone, you're creating that reality and you're creating the rift of the belief that you're instilling in yourself, which is I'm never going to meet anyone, which underneath with our whole human race really comes down to that we're not good enough. Everything really comes down to people deep down not feeling good enough. So you really need to turn into yourself and tell yourself how much you love yourself and what you've accomplished and how great you are. That's where you begin to retrofit and build the foundation for the reset that's coming. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does. Yeah. Got a good self-talk.
Well, and every day I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking every day. You have to get used to this. You can't think, I say so much. I'm trying to work on that. My friends are correcting me when I'm on the air. So I'm working on it, everyone. Anyway, you have to be consistent. It's a time, and I work on this every day. You have to be consistent and you have to be grounded in telling yourself whatever feels good each day. And also, like Bashar says, I don't know if you know who Bashar is, go for your joy. Go for your highest joy. Every minute, whatever makes you happy. If going out for a walk makes you happy, if you need an ice cream, whatever it is, you need to really nurture yourself.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Take care. Good luck. Talk to you later. Thank you for calling in. 720 is on the air, and I there's nothing I can do, people. They take, everyone takes as long as they need. So people are going to come and go and call in and hang up or whatever if they're not patient or I'm not getting to you soon enough. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm going to go with the flow here and just do what's real. 720, you're on the air.
Yes, hi. Are you doing readings today then?
I'm doing more, I'm putting it back on the people. I'm sort of doing readings, but it's more of I'm going to see what your belief is and see where you need to be cleared rather than just giving people answers. Do you understand? So where do you feel blocked in your life?
I don't know. Trying to find work, I guess. That's fulfilling.
Okay. Work that's fulfilling. So you are working?
No.
Okay. So is it feeling fulfilled or work? Which one is it? Because I feel like they're two different things for you.
No, they're very much the same. Very much. I'm not working without the fulfillment. That's
Okay, is that
for sure.
so? Right, but what I'm saying is, so have you ever felt fulfilled in your work before?
Sometimes, yes.
Hmm. Okay, so you know what fulfills you. You know what makes you happy.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Perfect. That's really good. So right there, you have a leg up on this whole thing, on going forward. What do you want to do? What's your dream job?
Well, there's a couple different areas, honestly.
Give me one dream job. You don't commit. I
helping
noticed.
people.
Helping
What?
people. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to start committing. You don't commit in your life. I can see it. It's difficult for you to commit.
No, just with this. I'm very loyal. I'm very committed. Just with this.
With what you want to do in work. Okay. So helping people. What does that look like to you? Where's the block on that? Do you want to read tarot? Do you want to do Reiki? Do you want to do massage? How do you see, do you want to do counseling? What's your dream? If you had a magic wand, what would it be?
Probably counseling.
Okay.
What I'm good at. Caretaking, counseling type of deal.
Mhm. So each day, start working on visualizing that and being grateful for having that job. I'm so grateful that I have a job doing what I love, and watch everything shift. How long have you not been working?
On and off. On and off.
Mhm. Okay. So you want the answer from me, correct?
I mean, I called to get answers, for sure.
Right. But the answers are within you. This is what I'm trying to explain to people. I could give you answers all day long. However, you need to do the work on this, and don't take this personally. It's like, don't get upset that you're not getting the answer, because you will get the answers within yourself. You need to step back and do the work. You keep saying probably, maybe, I'm not sure. You need to go deeper. This is where psychics, astrologers, we are working with people, but you need to do the work so that you get the precision. Someone can't tell you. We can tell you. I've told many people, or directed or guided, but it's more my ancients. I work with the ancients. So the ancients are high level, so it's very deep information coming in. I want to work with people, and I work with how they tell me to work each day, by the way. So I channel everything that I do in my life, or I try my best to, always at this point on the planet. So you are sort of, I can hear there's a frustration. So you need to go deeper and work with yourself in exactly what you want to do, and start looking at being grateful for what you want to do. Because you get frustrated and leave, or, the on and off thing. I'm sure you're loyal and all of that. I wasn't saying that you weren't.
Sure.
It's just you need to get clear, and you need to be empowered in you getting the answer, you doing the work on where you're blocked. So if you're willing to look at where you're blocked, you will shift this and find your dream job, or create your dream job. By the way, we don't have to wait for our dream jobs, just so you know. I know for me, I always just try to move forward in ways that I feel could be an opportunity. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. I take risks.
I believe
a
in
lot,
that.
actually.
I believe it. Yeah, there's
taking risks.
I also,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good. When's your birthday?
December
What month?
2nd, 1974.
Oh, okay. So you're Sag, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Once Saturn moves out on December 20th, you'll be dancing on tables. You'll know exactly what you want to do. In the meantime, honestly, because it's a heavy weight that sort of comes down on you. Saturn's tough. It has you retrofit your life and redo your structure. It's exactly what it does. So you've been in that for 2 years, 2.5 actually. So the work that you need to do is go deep into yourself, go into your soul, and ask your soul what you want to do.
Okay.
And every day,
All right.
wake up and be grateful. Don't be frustrated. Be grateful and see how it shifts. And then keep me posted, okay? Let me know how it goes.
Gosh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Take
All
care.
right, take care. Talk
God
soon.
bless.
Bye. I think, is it, okay, so thanks, Tiffany. Next caller, 203. You're on the air.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
This is Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi. I have some issues with work, and I wanted to know what you saw for me in the next month or so happening. I'm actively searching for a new job.
Okay, so today, what I'm doing with people, I don't know if you heard this or not, I'm working with people to see where they feel blocked so that they can empower themselves. You say it's easy to call, and trust me, I'm not, listen everyone, I'm not trying to be difficult here and not giving you psychic answers or whatever. It just needs to shift a little bit so that people understand how powerful they are in their own right. I don't think anybody thinks they're powerful, and it's so not true. You all have the ability to go deep down and understand and really learn about your soul and understand what you're doing, and also do the work in finding the work that you want or creating it. So, so Michelle, right? That's your name?
Yeah. And
Michelle,
you know,
where do you?
I just wanted to say that I agree with you. You know that people are powerful, and sometimes we're in a situation where kind of desperate to move from the area that you're in. You can take something that may not be the best, but it's better than nothing because you don't know what's coming down the road.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. And I think that a lot of people need to hear that, because a lot of times, like I got calls today with a lot of people panicking on what's happening. I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused. I don't know. I don't understand my life. I don't understand the universe. So I said, take a breath. And I talked to her for a little bit, but I said I have to save my voice to go on the air. Anyway, you're in perfect timing with what's happening right now. You need to get past any panic. And yes, sometimes we're in dire straits where we need to, pay the rent, pay the bills. That's all very real stuff. And I've been there many, many times. So security has always been, I think, my issue growing up, just in my life from my childhood. However, that's kind of where my gift came in risk-taking, and it's also where my gifts came in being unsheltered and learning how to work with my energy and my abilities. Anyway, a few things here. One, yes, you might need to take something temporary, but as you take something temporary, you build on that, and you never let go of the dream on what you want to do. So I want to look at where you're blocked. So where in your life, yes, I know it's work, but where and how do you feel blocked? Put some words to it, because I want to hear it. Because you're talking for a lot of people in the world right now, by the way.
Well, if there's any place that I'm blocked, I think it's trying to oversell myself in these interviews.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the last two interviews, I blew them because I talked too much, and because I was overselling myself, because it's like they're higher level positions, you know, so it's like you don't know what people want to know, so you give them like your whole, you know, this is everything I've ever done, ever, and I did it so well, you can't believe how well I did it.
Right.
And it was bad.
And I'm sure you do a great job. Number one, I just want to ask you before I go into the overselling, when's your birthday? Just month and day.
My birth month, November 29th.
Okay. So you're also Sag.
Yeah.
Okay. So to all the Sages out there today, I see a theme happening here, which is really fascinating to me, because Saturn is leaving your sign very soon. So you're all coming to the end of the lesson of what is Saturn? Saturn is your foundation. It's the father. It's the dean of the school. It's mastering your life. It's I call it retrofitting your life in. When you pour the cement for your life, if it hasn't been poured correctly, you kind of have to dig it up and then re-pour it. So this is it's Saturn return is a reset in your life. So where in your foundation, in yourself, we're looking at you, who you are, your soul, where in your foundation do you feel insecure, and when did that begin? Because that's what's underneath the overselling, obviously.
Yeah.
So what age, and what is that? When did that start? That is what, because instead of walking in and being yourself and leaning back and looking at the situation and being true to yourself, the most important thing in life, on the planet, in this time, only is being true to yourself and making yourself happy. Because if everyone does that, then the world works. But the world can't work if no one's happy, and then everybody's trying to walk around making the world work. So
and that's a good point, because tapping into that inner sense, you know, that voice that says, this is good, you know, this is better than that. Sometimes that escapes me sometimes because of money and, you know, panic, but also like maybe one job offers you something that might seem more glorious or something, but you know, somehow in your heart, you know, the other one is better, you know. So I think that tapping into that feeling is important, and that has escaped me in the past.
Wait,
and I've made that
decision. When you're hurt? Did you say when
you're
hurt?
No, not when you're hurt. When you just have a choice to make, like, where do I go? Do I take this job or this job? And this one looks all shiny and new, but you know it's going to be a harder job. Yeah. And then the other one is easy and it's simpler, and the money is good too. And for me, I take the harder job, like I have something to prove, you know.
So, well, that comes from the insecurity. So where you're not, it looks to me like where you're not choosing or where you're getting blocked is in, I don't want to make a mistake, and I want to make sure I choose the right direction. And so there's a fear there. And so then you go into your head about it all, which we all do, instead of stepping back and taking the time to look at what feels real to me and what's true for me, regardless of how hard or not it is. For me, I don't want anything. I know things are hard, but I mean, I did a sculpt class this morning and that was hard. But I don't really want things that are hard. I want things that are fun and playful and flow, and that's me just being creative. So you have to look at what qualities, to go deeper with this, what qualities do you want in your life? Maybe you can write those down. So you're looking at the qualities. You're also looking at, you want to look at where this insecurity comes from. As a child, was there anything? Was there,
Sure.
did you have to
Yeah,
oversell
sure.
yourself to your parents? Were you an overachiever? I'm sure all of that is in there, correct?
Yeah, sure, definitely, definitely.
Mm-hmm. So what, you're making, see, how do I put this? And it doesn't, no disrespect. You're making it life and death rather than making it playful. Sagittarius are usually very playful and fun people. They're just super fun and they're lovely to be around. But with Saturn there, it's been a little difficult. So you will clear this before this lesson is over, which is when Saturn leaves Sagittarius in December. So it's really getting ready to move out of your life. That's why you're feeling, obviously, that's why I'm getting all the phone calls from Sagittarius today. It makes complete sense. But one of the things that I posted today on Instagram was my energy note, which said, be in your imaginations, be in your deep emotions for what you want for in your life, and bring the energy to yourself by actually being kind and non-judgmental. Let go of struggle and allow the universe to have your back, because it does. So in aligning with what you want, I feel like getting out of your head, well, first getting the fear out of the way, which is of you making a mistake or feeling like you're making a mistake, right? And then the overselling. Don't worry about overselling. The right job is sitting there waiting for you. But you have to tell yourself that. If you're sitting there saying, I don't know, I'm not sure which one's going to be right, I don't know what's happening, I'm afraid, that's going to be an issue. Sorry, I have to put my Skype back up. I lost Tiffany.
Yeah, and that's good advice. Is that me making those the flips on the phone?
No,
I'm not sure.
No, it was my Skype making that noise.
Okay, so that's the ear in my phone. All right, well, this is helpful. I appreciate it.
Good. So do you feel like you can go forward in looking into your soul?
I do feel like it's helpful. I do. In my life isn't as simple as yours, and I do have to make stressful decisions, very, very stressful decisions, but I have to
give me one. Give me one that you believe, because this is, remember, we put beliefs to everything. There's nothing out there. Okay.
I'm moving out of state, so I just verbally gave notice to my boss because the way that they treat me is unbearable. So either I can allow them to set me up and fire me, or I can walk away without having anything in hand. However, I have irons in the fire, and many good things come up. They're all in different states. So this requires me and a whole household move with my daughter to pick up to any number of states.
I love
the
it.
Next 2 weeks. So this is my life is more stressful than most people's, and I didn't mean to diminish your situation, not knowing you, but I don't know too many people who have as stressful a situation.
Well, let me assure you that many people on the planet right now are going through stressful situations. I don't want to diminish yours either. However, I don't want you to be in victim mode about this. You need to get into your power, and you need to get down and dirty with yourself in where you want to live and what you want in your life. Stop playing weak. It's not a burden. Your daughter's going to be right there with you. You need to get to what you want and stop letting people abuse you. That's another thing. So much abuse on the planet. That's a whole other show. You need to take a stand for who you are and what you want, okay? Keep me posted, but I want you to go down into yourself. I want you to start looking at your soul. I don't get out of your head and work with your soul on what you want. Ask the hard questions. What do I want? What does my home look like? Who's in my home? How does it make me feel? Do I feel safe? Who am I? What do I see myself doing? These are all questions you have to ask yourself. You have to be your own, best friend at times. So keep me posted, okay? Yeah, and you can do this. You got this. You got this, okay?
Thanks. I appreciate your encouragement. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I need a breath for a second. Okay. So next caller, 650. Hi, you're on the air.
Hi. Thank you for taking my call. I just tuned in right at the end of the last caller, and I think I have a similar issue, and it's about my job. I am at a place.
Wow, lots of people. This is so interesting. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead. Sorry.
But it's, I'm at a place that I hate, and I have to drag myself to be there. And this journey,
wait, you have to what? You have to drag yourself to be there.
I have to drag myself to work, and I hate being there. I'm being suffocated. My soul is dying in a way. And there is part of me that says
listen to your wording of what you're saying about your life. Just so you know, just pointing out, I want you to be aware. So I'm going to interrupt you at times just to point out, to get you aware of what you're doing, okay?
Yeah, okay.
So
it's, there's part of me that says be patient. I don't know if it's my fear of making decision or if it's really my higher self.
Really good point right there. That is great.
Yeah.
For so many people, what you just said. That is so great. So a lot of people don't know, and that's so honest of you, by the way. So many people, when we're trying to figure things out, when our back is against the wall, when we're scared, when we're fearful, when we're freaking out, when the world looks like it's upside down, we sometimes don't know what's our truth. We kind of think maybe that's, when I started, just my abilities got stronger, I always checked in with friends to make sure I wasn't insane. So it takes a little bit of time in learning what your higher self is, because what is our higher self? Our higher self is our soul. So we listen to our soul. So we have to learn to sort of get quiet and listen to ourselves. But then we also have our head kind of chiming in, telling us, well, no, that's not correct. This is correct. The only thing I can say about that is there's a discernment that comes in that when you know, but also seeing for you or feeling for you in being blocked is, well, one, it's the fear. You're very clear about the fact that your soul is not happy there. So you're super clear about that. Sometimes we might need to take drastic action, or sometimes we may need to move faster than we really want to. So people don't like change. People don't like being uncomfortable. It's part of why it's why we're working. Everybody's working on what they're working on right now. Why there's so much change is it's to get us used to a few things. One, it's to get us used to change since 2012. This has been going on, really 99. And it's also getting us used to having to think quick on our feet, so to speak, meaning our soul, our instinct, quick. It's getting us to listen quicker to who we are and what we want, so that we don't take years to decide what we want, so that we don't stay in a relationship for 12 years that's bad, so we don't stay in a job that's killing our soul. You don't want to do that. What you do want to do right now is you want to create yourself out of that. And what I mean by that is, as a suggestion, write down again what you want. Who are you? What kind of lifestyle do you want? Do you want to be doing yoga every day? Do you want to be at the beach every day? Do you want to be hiking every day? What would make you happy? So I'm curious, what would make you happy in your life? If you had a magic wand, which you do, you just don't know it, what would you do? What would you want? Just name a few things.
I would like a flexibility in terms of my time, so I choose when I work.
So
and
freedom.
from any location. Yes, freedom is very important to me. And then I want my job to feel like not a struggle, but something that's so easy flowing. And I love doing it. And it's not a must. It's not an obligation. And it's not associated with I have to do this to earn an income.
So freedom again.
Yeah,
free flowing.
I
Got
want
it.
to feel liberated when I do the thing that I do, and I want to feel fulfilled about it.
Right. So you want to soar with your soul and feel free, which is what most people want. And what they do with that or how they express that is then another work of art. So what you want to look at, where you're blocked in the beliefs, is I can't have the life I want. Somewhere along the line, I don't know if it was 17, 11, or whatever age it was, somewhere along the line, you started to believe that you couldn't have the life you wanted. And then you began to get trapped in the system, which is, you have to go to work. It's a struggle, that life isn't fun, all of that. This is everything we're switching. And this is why all the mavericks out there, all of us doing radio and all the healers and all the astrologers, we're all busting people out. This is really our job right now, is to really assist in people in really touching and feeling their freedom so that they can become the fullest expression of who they are. So your work, I guess, for the next few weeks, it's after this Capricorn full moon, is in feeling trapped. So you need to work on that you're grateful, or you can tell yourself every day, I'm grateful for the freedom I have in my life, the flexibility I have in my life, and the job that I love and being fulfilled, as if it's already there. So rather than going to work and driving to work or whatever transportation and just dreading it and dragging yourself out of bed and saying how much, oh, I hate this, I don't want to do this, all of that, you're going to work saying, you know what? I'm getting out of this soon because I am so grateful. This amazing, perfect job came in for me. It sounds so hokey and so cliche sometimes to me, but it really works. The more it's so simple that it is uncanny in the way it works. When I appreciate, when I turn in, when I talk to myself and just say, I love and value myself, or I'm so grateful for all my clients. I'm so grateful for a radio show. I'm so grateful to be able to travel to different cities. I'm so grateful for my freedom. Whatever it is, more comes in. However, the key in here is stay consistent with that. Don't throw in the blocks. So you have to get down to the bottom of whatever your block is and clear it. For you, and I could be wrong, this is what I feel it is that you don't feel like you could ever have that life. It's something you need to achieve or acquire, but it's far away from you, correct?
I do feel like that because I'm not seeing the results, and maybe patience has something to do with it. But this question of, asking this question and being on the right track has been going on for more than 15 years. And
are you looking for the job? Or are you looking for what you want to do?
That's where I am lost is, the guidance that I was seeking was, leaving this job, and especially where I am right now, like not enough companies are there, but despite that, universe has my back. It's like going to another career just to earn money. And I don't want to move forward again to be trapped in a way. And this clarity is it's not happening. It's not out of, lack of trying and trusting, but, you try, and you let it go. But then at the same time, life happens. I'm living it. Like, I cannot deny and just suffocate my pain in a way, So I am in this,
okay, take a breath. Yeah. I'm going to interrupt you for a minute because you're going on and on and saying the same thing. Yeah. So sorry. Yeah. Just let me interrupt you for a second. You need to be clear about what you want to do and take action. 15 years is a long time, which really means that there's a big block there. You need to get down to what you believe about your life, what you believe about your work, what you believe about being happy. You need to do this work. You can't wait for clarity to fly in the window, and you can't try. You need to do it. So I suggest that you ask Spirit, whenever I'm confused, whenever I need an answer, I leave it open-ended. I don't demand the answer right. Sometimes I need it quickly, but most of the time I try to free flow. I work on myself very hard every day, and I've done it since I was a child. I ask Spirit what I need to do about something, and I leave it open-ended, and sometimes it takes weeks, sometimes it takes days, sometimes it'll come when it wants to. It flies in when it wants to. So be willing to have the answers come in, because you keep talking yourself out of things, I notice. So you need to get quiet and listen to yourself. Because you may take action quicker then, rather than 15 years later. So what's your homework? What do you need to do?
Oh, first,
Were you
driving to work,
be
in gratitude, and then be clear. Yeah. First is my gratitude, and then the second is just
and write down. It helps when you write. It helps when you see it.
Write down what I want.
Write down what you want. Write down your perfect life. Everyone. So does that make sense to you? Because I'm gonna wrap up this show soon. We have another few minutes where we can talk.
Okay.
This is where this is good, because this is all of us. We all get stuck. We all get frustrated. We all aren't sure how to juggle surviving in the world versus being creative, surviving in the world versus being happy. We think it's got to be one or the other. People get stuck. People have been stuck in marriages for 20 years. People have been stuck in jobs for 20 years. People have been stuck for a long, long time. And people are now, and where you are, which is great actually, people are only now breaking out. So people are now realizing that they're more, and realizing that they can be happy and have whatever they want. I know for me, again, since I was young, I never worked full time. I've always been freelance, no matter what it was. I did not want to be owned or locked down, or I don't know what my issue was. I mean, I think I do, but at the same time, it really helped me develop myself and develop other talents or abilities, going to school for design, traveling, working. I think I worked one job. I think Ralph Lauren was my only job that I worked where it was a full-time job. And that was for 3 years, developing the international market for design, which was great. But it was tough. It was really, really tough. And in the end, I really didn't want to be there. I really wanted to still be on my own. And so you really have to look at, because all the elements come into your life and what you want. So for me, for instance, I love being creative. I love speaking. I love reading people or helping people, but it's more helping people, I think, because reading, it gets tough at times, especially the mediumship, all of that. I love astrology. So I combine all these things and I work with them and I just push through different doors. So you do need to push the limits a little bit. You can't really be complacent in the spiritual world. That's part of the issue with people is people want it comfortable. And I have to tell you, it's not comfortable. Making changes and transitions is never, ever comfortable. You got to get used to change and feeling uncomfortable and going through. Just like, how did you feel this past weekend with the full moon?
Agitated.
Did I lose you? What?
I was agitated. I was angry. Good. A lot.
Yes. Really great. You know why?
Yeah.
Getting angry and a lot of people were agitated. It was conjunct Pluto's Capricorn, which is not a fun sign at times. It's a great sign, industrious sign, lovely sign. But conjunct Pluto, it's like Pluto comes in and takes a magnifying glass. That's what Pluto is to me. It's like a magnifying glass on all the things wrong with your life. And with Capricorn, it's all the structure. So it's everything that you're going to look at, you're going to be slapped in the face with, oh my God, I have to make changes across the board in my life. And how am I going to do this now? How am I going to even do this? So you take it one day at a time. You make these changes slowly. So your homework is just write down and be grateful. The anger is a good thing because it'll drive you. At least it's not apathy. So you're going to sit back and do another 15 years of a job. Getting angry is a good thing. It will motivate you. It's really a high energy. People just think it's a bad energy. There's no such thing as a bad emotion. All emotion is to drive you or see where you are in place. So stay with that, but also use that to fuel your changes. So tonight, just sit down, take a book, take a piece of paper, and write all this stuff down. And then we'll touch base again. Okay?
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thanks for calling in. I think, sorry?
Oh, I said have a good afternoon.
You too. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for calling in because you really shed light on a lot of things that people are going through. So if people see that other people are going through these things, it really helps us because it looks at, wow, I'm not the only one. There's many other people going through this, and maybe this is a theme. Obviously, this has been a theme today for Sagittarius, which is so amazing to me that this is how things work. That's what's so fascinating about living in the flow and just living in the world of your creativity and your spirit. It's so much fun because you never know what you're going to get. It's so creative just unto its own self, and then you can be creative with it. So thank you for listening and calling in and your honesty and your bravery and courage, and stay strong. This is going to shift, go easy on yourselves. Be soft with yourselves today because it's a very emotional day, but in a good way. And I will see you guys next week because I'm back from traveling for a little bit. So I think that's it. And again, one more thing, sorry, if you want to be a guest, just email me or call me, or no, Tiffany sent me a form that you need to fill out. But if you want to be a guest, just email me or message me on Facebook, and I would love to have some guests on as well because I love interacting with people. It's one of my favorite things to do. All right, have a beautiful day, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye.